Hello, this video is in our Engine Snack series. I'm Grandmaster Matthew Sadler, and today we have a look at a lovely exchange sacrifice in Combusken-Winter TCEC Swiss 2. So one of the themes that we pointed out in Game Changer was how often Alphazero used an exchange sacrifice to break a fortress. And Combusken certainly did a lovely exchange sacrifice here, although it must be said that Winter didn't particularly put up Stockfish-level resistance. It's a very useful technique to master, though, in your own games when you're trying to break down an opponent's stubborn resistance. So, in this position, Combusken is a pawn up as white. I suppose white's next plan is going to be to play the move g3 to g4 to break on the king side, open some lines, attack black's position. But the pawn was on d4, b4, a5, all on dark squares, and under a reasonable amount of pressure from black, with the dark squared bishop and rook on b5. So Combusken comes up with a very nice idea to really solidify its queen side in preparation for a king side break. You don't really want to break on the king side if your queen side pawns where your king is, isn't particularly solid. And that move was rook c5. Winter didn't play the best defense. It took with a bishop on c5, winning the exchange, but not much else really. But that's very nice to see how that happened. The best defense probably was something like rook d7, but then white plays rook takes b5, a takes b5, knight c2. And this is a very elegant way of defending the d4 and b4 pawns. And what you notice is that not only has this exchange lessened the pressure against b4, it's also given white this extra break of a5 to a6. And I ran some engine games between Stockfish and Revenge, and you saw that both Stockfish and Revenge, were able to exploit all this to the maximum degree. Not particularly hurrying, but this a6 move is interesting, and then g4, rook g4, queen there, and then this very nice idea, d5, exploiting the pin on the rook on c8, d6 comes in, queen h5 to swap off queens, and white's completely winning. So here we just see one of the advantages of rook c5, just exchanging off the black rook, creating another break, and then a combination of breaking on the queen side and king side, and you break through. Winter played bishop takes c5, which was rather greedy. And now after d takes c5, rook d7, another very typical theme, just forcing exchanges on your own terms. And rook d6 is a very nice move. Whenever you've got an advanced outpost on a file or on a diagonal, you can use this technique. So rook takes d6, e takes d6, and now Winter sacrificed a rook back with this, but after queen d3, this was just trivial for white. Knight c4 came in. Queen f6 check after e takes d6. Queen f6, looks a little bit more scary. King c4, queen a1, but this very solid move, queen d2, is very strong. King c8, knight c2, queen a2, king d4, and we're just getting ready to move the king up. Queen c3, king e5, king f6. It's just all happening here. Queen b2 check. We've got queen c3, and one of my engine games finished nicely actually. b6 was played, ab, queen d5 check, a5. Black desperately trying to create some noise and also get at this c5 pawn. It looks a little bit risky, but after here my engine actually resigned. It just took me a couple of seconds to realise why. Knight d4, rook c5, d7 check, takes and b7. The rook can't come to b5, and king c7 allows knight e6 check. So there we are, a beautiful little exchange sacrifice from Combusken there, together with this technique of forcing exchanges on your own terms. That was enough to finally finish Winter's defense.